So we got some news today about the head clown going down. And we also got some news about the school teachers organization also going down. So what's going on? Let's return to the story, the circus story, so we can understand the bigger picture. So one thing we should remember about the circus is before the circus came to town, they actually sent out a proclamation to the whole land about the circus before the circus arrived. And the proclamation was called 25, what was it called? I think it was called 25 Agendas for 25 Clowns. And people just, joked and called it the 25 agenda. But it was this proclamation that was sent out before the circus got here. And the proclamation basically laid out this big plan that involved 25 clowns and all the things these clowns were going to do for 25 years. And people laughed at it and were like, yeah, there's no way. And some people were alarmed and said, oh my God, have you read this? Have you read this? Oh my God. And then when people started to ask the head clown, when the circus was, before the circus even got here, they were like, hey, is this proclamation about the 25 clowns and the 25 agendas, is this true? And the head clown was like, no, ha 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 ha, that was just a joke. Don't pay any attention to the proclamation behind the curtain. That has nothing to do with me or my circus. I'm actually coming to town to fix up this town, to clean up this town, to create some new structure and laws for this town. I'm here to make things right. I want to make this into a great town, make this town great. In fact, he said, I want to make it great again because, your town used to be good. I mean, it used to be great. And the people were like, I don't know, we think it's kind of great now. What do you mean? And he was like, way, way back, like 100 years ago, when only like a third of the population had rights and we didn't have, freedoms, freedoms of speech and due process and all those things, back then in the good old glory days, when a man was a man and a woman was a woman and there wasn't anything besides a man or a woman and, people knew their place. The donkeys were donkeys and the giraffes were giraffes and the elephants were elephants and everybody was clear about that. The good old days. And so some of the people when the circus came to town said, oh, this is going to be so good for our town. They're going to bring industry and abundance and jobs and they're going to take us back to the glory days. It's going to be wonderful. But then as we know, that's not what happened, right? Not only did they not bring jobs, but they took away jobs. And not only did they not bring abundance, but they took away abundance and raided the gold stores in the center of town. And not only did they not bring their own food, but then they started going out to the farmers' fields and raiding the fields so that there was then a shortage of food for everybody. And then, they had these cages that they kept their animals in the circus, but then they said, oh, we're going to build some new cages and we're going to put people in them. And they did all these crazy things, right? And here's the thing. A lot of people were really shocked by this. They were really shocked by a lot of this crazy behavior. And the reason they were shocked is because they thought, they didn't know it was a circus. Like, they knew it was a circus, but they didn't really think it was a circus. They thought these people were going to come to town and be leaders, run things. And they thought, well, of course they're going to make some things better. I mean, they've got to make something better. I mean, they live here too in this town. But then the circus just started to burn the whole town down. And it did not make any sense to people. People were like, why would you burn the whole town down when you live in the town? Like, what? And so they just started destroying things, departments and buildings and firing people and taking away their jobs and kidnapping people and taking away the food and taking away the medicine. And everybody was like, but wait, you can't just burn everything down. And so people kept trying to figure out what they were doing and why they were doing it and analyzing it and discussing and reflecting on it. And so, oh my God, well maybe they're doing this because, and why are they doing, okay, and now why are they doing? And the reason everybody was so confused is because it just didn't occur to them that the original intention of the circus was always to burn the whole town down. Because that didn't make sense to people. Why would the clowns burn everything down? And so when they started just gutting everything and destroying everything and shutting everything down, they said, oh, now we're gonna shut down all the teachers. We're gonna take away the teachers organization and all of their funds so that people can't teach anymore. People were like, but why would you do that? I mean, everybody has, there's children everywhere. Everyone has children in their family. I mean, everybody's gonna be harmed by this. Like, why would you do that? And that's because people were still looking for a reason, for a logical reason. But the reason was just this: they want to destroy everything. And how do we know? Because it says it in the 25 Clowns for 25 Years agenda. It actually says in there that they're going to destroy this and destroy that and destroy this and destroy that and take away this constitutional aspect and take away this and get rid of the division get rid of the balance of powers and get rid of the, it says it, like it actually says it in the proclamation about the 25 Clowns. All right, so this all sounds like bad news, right? What can we do with this? What can we take away from this that can actually help us? Number one, we all have to take the proclamation seriously and use it as a guiding document for action. Number two, we have to understand that the goal is absolute destruction so that we can begin to think like people who are focused on reconstruction. Number three, we have to recognize that while it's true that the circus is actually run by a lot of behind-the-scenes clowns like Adolf Milkman, that even though it's being run by behind-the-scenes clowns, the head clown is super important. Without the head clown, the circus would have never been able to come to town because he was the one that was able to rally a certain very small minority of the population to believe in a certain vision. And this was really important because the people in the town who had the most pew-pews, the people who were the most, violet flavored in temperament, belonged to that small group of people that wear red hats. Those were the people that belonged to toy soldier clubs. Those were the people that believed in pow-pows. And those are the people that are the most dangerous to any leadership or circus. And so getting control of that element through the Red Hat Club allowed them to kind of diffuse the greatest threat to the circus. Because here's the thing, the other people in the town, the people that believe in the town bylaws and keep expecting people to follow them, they're very peace-loving people. They tend to not have all the pew-pews. They tend to not believe in violet-flavored activities. And so they are less of a threat. And by they, I mean us. You know who you are. Peace and love, can't we all get along? I know I'm clowning, I know I'm making fun of those people, but I am one of those people. I believe in peace and love. But hear me out, because something really important is happening right now. That group of people, that dangerous group of violet-flavored people, is turning against the circus. They're extremely disgusted and disappointed by what's going on with regard to the book of names of old men that hurt babies. At the same time that they are becoming disenchanted, the head clown is losing his fight with the Grim Reaper. We just found out today there's been an admission of a very serious cardiac diagnosis, which is fatal. So what happens when you combine the red hat, violet flavored people losing all faith in this circus with the loss of the head clown of the circus, and combine that with the blue-hatted people finally recognizing what the real agenda of the circus is? What happens is the evacuation of the circus. We are closer now than ever.